Hey everybody, Jamie with Unleashed Omaha. I was just walking around again today and wanted to share something with you about putting your dogs in the backyard. So, a lot of people, when either they grow intolerant of their dog's behavior or want to exercise their dog or whatever the case may be, they put their dogs in the backyard. Here is the major problem with a dog who's untrained. You are going to build some incredibly bad behaviors. The thing with fenced yards, chain link, wooden, electric fence, whatever, they are items of restraint. And when a dog wants a particular item, whether it's they want to go say hi to a dog, they want to chase after a bunny, they want to chase after a squirrel, whatever. Um, Restraint builds drive, builds it. Not only are you putting your dog into a containment device in which they are going to be restrained, but you're going to build whatever behavior you don't want in the first place. So people are like, well, how can that be? My dog's just back there playing. Okay, you put your dog back in a backyard. Somebody maybe stay for 8 hours a day while you're at work. Somebody walks their dog by your yard and your dog picks up on the habit of barking at another dog. That dog walks with his owner. Your dog barks, bark at the other dog. The owner doesn't give a crap about another dog. They just keep walking. What your dog learns is my barking made that dog go away. Win. Now you have a dog who just practiced a dog bark makes other dogs go away. Acting aggressive, acting out of line, out of what we don't want, made another dog go away. Relieved stress. Now, if your dog picks up on that, which a lot of them do, I walk by a lot of fences that have probably really well behaved dogs, but because they sit in the back of the yard for 8 hours a day while their owner thinks they're getting exercise, they rehearse poor behaviors over and over and over and over and over again. Now, if your dog sits in your backyard for 8 hours a day while you're at work and barks 5 times a day at passing dogs, it's 25 times a week, 100 times a month, 120 times a year. And that's only if 5 dogs pass your neighborhood. Now, if you live in a heavy traffic neighborhood and you're having dogs walk by 10, 15, 20 times a day, now you're talking 100 times a week. Now you're talking 400 times a month. You're talking 480 times per year that your dog rehearses me barking and getting aggressive at another dog, makes them go away, and relieves my stress. Why would you ever want to put your dog in that position to rehearse that? Okay? When I'm trying to build drive for a dog, first thing I do is I let them figure out the game. Come to me, you get food. 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 I rehearse this over and over and over again. Then when the dog is actively pursuing me, is pushing me for food, if I want to build drive in that dog, I will put them in a harness or a thicker collar, like an agitation collar. And I will back tie them to either a tree or a post or tie out or whatever, and I'll tease them with that food until I get a higher level response, until I get something that the dog goes, I really freaking want that food. Really want it. And then when I see that higher energy, I reward it. And I build on that. And I reward that higher energy. And I build that higher energy. And then I get to my dog where I like his energy. He's pushing me. He's like, hey, this is awesome. The more high energy I get for the food, the more you give me. So then that energy that maybe I had before, now I want higher energy. So I tease that down. Now your level of energy that you gave me before is no longer good enough. Now I want higher level energy. And I wait till my dog gets even crazier. Super freaking crazy. And then I feed him. I feed him. I can make that dog an absolute psychopath for his food just by rehearsing that over and over and over again. Now the same goes for the opposite. If I want to take drive out of my dog, I say I have a dog who's super high drive for food, and I want to drop that drive down because the dog no longer can concentrate on me. Then I pull my food out with my dog back tied. He's going psycho. He really wants that food. He's going nuts. And I wait. And I wait him out. And the second I see, yes, boom. I mark the moment that I see that decrease in energy. And then I go lower. And then I go lower. And then I go lower. So if I want to get rid of drive for something, I can do the same steps, except I do the opposite. So with the restraint in backyards, you're putting your dog into a fence where they have the opportunity to go as high in energy and crazy about squirrels, dogs, whatever, as they want, because there's no one there to tell them no. There's no one there to tell them knock that off. There's no one there to tell them you're not allowed to get aggressive or psychotic or nuts about dogs. And this gets rehearsed. Maybe twice a day. Maybe 10. Maybe 50. Maybe 100 times a week. That turns into 480 times a year. 3 years. Now your dog has 1,500 rehearsals of getting aggressive. And then your dog is 3-4 years old and your dog is a mean-ass dog toward other dogs. Or same thing with people. People passing. Your dog runs over, the dog barks, the person goes away, stress is relieved, the dog learns, ha, I'm barking at you. Now you have a window fighter, you have a fence fighter, you have a dog that when your UPS guy comes by and your dog goes bat, you know what, crazy? You leave the dog in the house unkennelled, they're going to do that over and over and over, and it's going to get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse, and it's going to get worse. And then somebody comes into your house, and that dog is like, oh my god, this is not working. This is not working. Now, there's two options there. The dog will either flee, leave the situation to relieve their stress, or you get the next option. Your dog will bite, and your dog will bite the shit out of someone for no other reason than the fact that they have stayed at home during those 8 hours in which you are at work rehearsing barking at the frickin' mailman or someone walking across in front of your property over and over and over again. So, if your dog is untrained, or if your dog has not been able to practice with you proper rehearsal of how to handle people at fences, dogs at fences, things like that, then you have to take the time, and you also need to take the responsibility to manage your dog. If your dog is in a crate while you're at work, what the hell are they going to rehearse? Are they going to rehearse aggression towards people, towards dogs, towards whatever? No, because they're in a nice, calm, safe environment. So, if your dog is a crazy person at the fence, take it out, set it up. You have your dog on a leash. Person walks by your house or stops. The dog's barking like crazy. Bark, 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 bark. Yes, I mark it. I mark that lower energy. I walk away and I reward the dog. Bark, 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 bark. Yes, I mark the energy. I mark the lower level energy. And I continue this until I either get to a point that there's absolutely no drive, or there's no reaction at all. And then I reward the no reaction. And I do that over and over and over again. And now I have a dog who used to bark at every damn thing walking across their property, and now knows that that will never get them rewarded. In fact, eventually will get them punished. But you rehearse many, many opportunities for that dog to show you the proper behavior until it's extinguished. And now you have a dog who used to bark at everything. Now, the second they see someone, they're looking at you like, hey, I didn't bark. Where's my reward? Beautiful. We have a beautiful picture. So, if your dog is untrained and your dog is not aware of how to handle a certain situation, do not put them in an environment where they can rehearse this behavior over and over and over again. Because then you're going to end up with behavioral issues, and then you're going to have to call me and spend money to get your dog trained when all you need to do is set your dog up for success in the first place. Manage your dogs. Show your dogs the opportunity how to rehearse correct behavior. Reward them for it over and over and over again. Make it harder and harder and harder again. And then eventually get it to the point to where you make that dog so crazy at that fence, either by rattling sticks or hey, 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 or squeaker toys or whatever, and you rehearse that dog not reacting. Once you've had a couple hundred successful repetitions, you can start bringing in punishment for bad behavior. But until you show the dog what to do, you cannot just go straight in with punishment. It's not fair for the dog. You are the only reason that that dog rehearses the bad behavior that they do, because you put them in that position to practice that. So, you can change your dog today. Very simple. But take the time to show your dog correct responses and reward the correct responses. And do it over and over again, and then make it harder and harder, and then eventually bring in punishment. And until then, if you guys have any questions or anything like that you want answers to for fence fighting, aggression, fear, whatever, email me. You can email me at Jamie, Jaime, at unleashedomaha.com. You can private message me on the Unleashed Omaha page. You can call me directly, 402-965-1114, and call me and let's talk dogs. And let's talk how we get your dog back to shape. Let's talk how we get your dog back to nice, balanced behavior. Because that's when you can really start enjoying your dog. And I want that for you. So, you guys have a great Monday. I'm going to probably keep coming with some videos like this. And let's just get the word out. Love you guys. Have a great day.